I do believe we may have found a new day to light this damn candle, baby. I wonder what Bob Stoops feels about that.
Hey! Oh!
No, there's no way we got 12 men.
No, we don't!
There's no way. There's no way.
Are you?
There's no way.
You are kidding me!
No way.
What in the hell? Who's not who? You don't count?
I guess he doesn't like those apples. Well, he probably ain't gonna like what's gonna happen in this one. Let's keep going.
All right, listen up, guys. We got this new wrestler, Trick Williams. We're trying to separate him from his current partner, Carmelo Hayes, and we need a theme song that's really going to deliver and give him that push as a single star. What are we thinking? I brought in my boy to lay down a beat, and I'm just going to let you guys decide the rest. So why don't you
drop
drop
that beat? Yay! 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 Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him!
Yeah. What? What? Dre, you ready? Come on. Alright.
Check. Cut him undercover. Timeless. Ready for progress. Feeling like I'm just getting started. 2 shots back from my dearly departed. You are now dealing with a monster. Oh shit. Profits. Doc Dre, bitch, I'm a prophet. Black Wall Street, niggas know where the stock is.
Like a satanic cult, it's an old ritual slaughtering goats, bitch. It's fucking with the original flow, sick that anybody can get it. COVID. Fucking with that, I don't roll shit that was so sharp I can slip my own fucking throat with it. Bitch, I got more chips than my shoulders, and I'm about as approachable as a roaches. Just so let us steer clear from it. Here comes a clear bum for your eardrums. Lyricism in its most fearsome and fears we're on another tier like a tear ducts. Upper echelon, your career sucking. It was sheer luck, like a fucking leprechaun with his beard cut. A Punisher, weapon drawn with a beer gut. He's slower than a Decepticon with his gear stuck. And like what? I serial killing your Kellogg's. I love checks and I hate tricks. And you're a fake bitch. I can spot you like you about to weight lift. Bitch, I'm better than cake mix. I can't be whipped with egg beaters. You cunts must be out of your labius. And God's my alias. So if I don't have faith in me, then it basically makes me an atheist.
To the Rolex
Wearing, not free wearing. Kiss you, woo, we're good. Never seen right. Jack Clyde, star of a gun. Have a hard time. These alligators down. I give you 2 claps. Every clap. Ladies and gentlemen, actually, hold that thought.
First, I just want to start out by sending my condolences out to all the families that lost some loved ones during the storm yesterday. It was kind of a quick hitter and kind of caught a lot of folks by surprise. So I know there's a lot of first responders that were probably supposed to be here today. They weren't able to come to the football game because of what they were doing after the storm yesterday. So my prayers to those families that may have lost a loved one.
It doesn't get any bigger than that, folks. Yes. My hometown was hit by a big storm yesterday, and I hope and pray and give my thoughts, prayers, and condolences to my neighbors, my peoples, my family, my bloodline, everybody who was affected by those storms in the Midwest. And I am hoping that I don't get a phone call letting me know somebody has passed on to the next life because I'm done with that madness. But we try to keep it happy. Welcome to the United Aftermath. I believe Sunday is going to work out pretty damn well for us. The reason I feel like Sunday's going to work out well for us is probably has everything to do with the fact that my ass is usually here on time, ready to go, ready to get it going. As you can tell, folks, I got the OTC on the chest. I got the Battle Hawks on my back. It is go time. It is game time. And that is all there is to it. We had 4 huge games that all went down to the wire. And when I say they went down to the wire, oh, Lord, no. I know. I'm going to bring that scoreboard for you right up and ready to go. So let me go ahead and post this up for you there just real quick in case you try to figure it out of your heads here. So we have reached that pinnacle. We have 2 weeks remaining of the regular season of the UFL. And that usually means that about this time, the pretenders and the contenders start separating from each other. And it did in massive form this past weekend. Starting out on Friday with the infamous annual Tank Bowl. That's basically the 2 teams who have zero chance of making the playoffs, who have zero chance of actually going to the conference championships. They battle for the winner. With the winner of that game getting that first overall draft pick in next year's draft. The winners in this one was those infamous Memphis Showboats. So let me try to put this in a perspective that even everybody and their mama can understand. When it comes down to it, Memphis has been getting rocked and so close. Every single chance they've gotten, they've been close on it. And, well, to put it as nice as possible, they took yesterday as in a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful form as they managed, or Friday, as they managed to defeat the former reigning, defending, undisputed XFL conference champions, San Antonio Brahmas. They beat them 24-22, and their coach did actually have himself something to say about the win.
That's right. I'm going to continue on with the theme, and I'm going to start with this number. It's got to be one of the greatest football games played by a player that I've ever personally seen. Number 91 on defense. Yes, Our defense won us that football game, and that's a fact. And defense, my hat is off to you. My hat is off to you for everything you've done this year. You've done a great job. Also, obviously, big plays. Number 13. Listen up now, I would be remiss. Our offensive line pounded the football today. Everything I said at the beginning of the year, number 3 is 1-0. Throw the ball a lot. We did not throw the ball a lot in this game. But when that game was on the line, we got the ball to number 1. We got the ball to number 9. And our defense won us the game. Great job. Enjoy your time off.
Now, a lot of people are probably going to be looking at that and going, why are they happy? This team's not going to the playoffs. This team just won their second game of the season. The reason why they're happy is because of the fact that even with the back against the wall, even with them pretty much getting stomped into the ground for the past 7.5 weeks, they did two big things. They managed to get two big wins. Obviously, one of those was at the hands of the Birmingham Stallions, the self-proclaimed toughest team to beat in the entire UFL, who we'll get to in just a moment. But the other thing was that it's about the heart. It's the one thing that a lot of wrestlers, a lot of athletes, a lot of people who would pretty much have either played the sport, been religiously addicted to the sport, this is what they know. So here's what it comes down to, at least for my eyes, is that this was a big win for Memphis. They have had a massively traumatic year. With the fact that Ken Whisenhunt had to take a step away for personal reasons and not be able to be on that sideline with his boys, with his players, with his team. And for this team to pull out something unstoppable and being able to actually come away with a big victory, practically guaranteeing them that number one pick in next year's draft. It's not like the way it is in NFL, in which if you lose, you get the number one pick. Now, in this one, you earn it. It's almost like those old XFL monikers keep sitting here, popping up in those catchphrases. Paid to play, pay more to win. Not entirely, but if it's in this very instance, that was a big damn deal for them. So I cannot be mad at them. Big congrats to the Memphis Showboats for getting that job done. Getting that job done in the best way possible. Which actually brings us to probably a UFL championship game preview in which, and this may be a mean thing to say, but it's a big one, in which my boys, the St. Louis Battlehawks, took every opportunity they could, every opportunity necessary, every single moment they got a chance to sit here and ram it down their throats. They did it. And possibly one of the best performances by both teams so far this season. It always comes down to this. Probably why I'm wearing the shirt. In the end, there can be only one. And on Saturday afternoon, my boys, the St. Louis Battlehawks, got it done. 29-28 winners, holding off the onslaught known as the Birmingham Stallions. Let's be honest. Stallions have been dubbed the team to beat. The team to beat in the UFL. They were a team to beat in the USFL because they pretty much ran roughshod over that. They just shut out the Brahmas in last year's UFL championship game that was actually ironically played on that soil that they pretty much they played on tonight or yesterday. So here's the big one. This not only was a big win, was a big loss for Birmingham, but it was a big win for St. Louis because, as I said, that strength of schedule does start coming into play around this time. Comes into play immensely around this time. And we're going to actually bring that up momentarily because we do have two big key pieces of big news. But in the same token, I have to be nice. I have to be cordial. I have to be that guy. Before Anthony Beck took to that press conference, well, he did have himself some choice words for his boys after that big win.
Listen, man. Bro, seriously, I am so freaking proud of you guys today. The valleys, the peaks, the ups and downs, you guys stayed the course and finished the game. Give yourself a hand, man. We talk about believing, trusting, executing the moments here. We had our moments in execution, man, but finishing is what it's all about. All right, we trust each other when the moment's at the highest. Doesn't matter how much time's left, who did what, you got to come together. Today was a team win to hell of a time. Listen now, season's not over. All right, now, big high. Listen, this is how it works in this thing. Big high, right? Then we come back Friday. What are we going to do? Listen, man, let's set the standard high. Let's set the standard high, because right now, you're right where you want to be. 4 wins in a row. Confidence is building.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we got to build off of it. Build off of it. We ain't working a lot these last couple weeks, man. It's all mental preparation. It's up to you guys to make that decision, to come together even closer. And if we do that, we'll reach our goals. You hear me? Somebody, Willie, break this down. Let's go. Let's keep it going, boy. Let's go. Hey, Battlehawks on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Battlehawks! Oh, you already know I'm going to be all about that. You know I'm going to be all about that. Because that was a big damn deal. That was a big win. Because there was a lot of speculation that Birmingham was just going to go run roughshod over the Battlehawks in their backyard, prepping for the potential that obviously they're going to be playing in the Dome for the UFL Championship game. But there might be a little bit of problem with that, because the loss did put the Stallions into second place officially. And they were hoping that when the smoke cleared after this, that this didn't hurt them too much. Michigan said not so fast. And probably the biggest win, and probably this was the only game that actually went and that had a double-digit victory. Michigan beats Houston, eliminates them 30-18, eliminates them from playoff contention as the Panthers win big. And I'm talking big, because this now puts the Panthers in the top spot. Now, granted, like I said, 2 big announcements that are coming up just in a matter of moments. If you haven't paid attention to the ticker, you might want to pay attention to that ticker right there at the tail end of it, because we did put that little Easter egg for you right there. But the Panthers had something they wanted to say themselves.
I know it's been a bumpy ride for you guys. You got a lot of injuries early in the season. What we talk about at the league is incremental growth. You know, trying to get a little bit better every season, trying to give you guys what you need every season, grow a little bit more. And what I've seen with Mike Nolan and Steve Kaiser over the last 3 seasons is a great example of that incremental growth. You guys get better each season. So this is one of the best Michigan teams we have seen in spring football, and we would like to present this to Coach Mike Nolan.
Hold on. And the winner is.
3 in a row.
Hold on, here we go. Says Coach Nolan, says the Michigan Panthers have officially clinched a berth in the 2025 USFL Conference Championship. Congratulations, Daryl Johnson, Executive Board.
And there it is. It is official. Michigan Panthers will be facing the Birmingham Stallions. Now, as I said before, Houston pretty much got eliminated with that loss. So Houston's not going to be able to make it into the show, possibly. At least up to this point. Now, we can sit here and just butt heads all we want to, but Houston is out. Houston has been officially eliminated, which means that the Michigan Panthers have clinched their spot in the USFL Conference Championship game, which is good news for them because they get a shot at redemption. Because Michigan has a receipt that they want to be able to collect on when it comes to the Stallions, just as the Battlehawks took care of their receipt earlier in the day. So, to say the least, this is going to be a fun time to basically be a fan of Michigan football. Between the Detroit Lions and what they did last season, pretty much what they have been doing ever since the arrival of Dr. Kneecap, and now the Michigan Panthers, who practically have sat here and brought the UFL to its relevancy as it is now, with obviously the transition of Jake Bates from the Panthers to the Lions, who has been big effective with it. But there was at least still one more game left to be played. DC wanted to get back into the winning side of things, wanted to keep their lead, slim lead, in the XFL conference from St. Louis. A loss for DC would mean that St. Louis would take the top spot. A loss for Arlington means that the Renegades would be done. History kaput. They would be eliminated from playoff contention. The way it ended, no surprise. Well, actually, a big of a surprise. DC holds on to defeat the Arlington Renegades 33-30, eliminating the Renegades and thereby punching their ticket to the XFL Conference Championship game against St. Louis, which means that our Final Four is set and we still had 2 weeks left. So now it's basically an issue of pride. Now I did one. Now let's go ahead and do it for the rest. Actually, before we do that, I do have to at least sit here and let me see if there are those who remember who this guy is.
Down here with Deebo Samuel. Deebo, a new Washington Commander, but you're actually here for a different reason. Why are you here at this game?
I came to see my young bull, Zay, play today, man.
So your young boy, Isaiah Winstead, so y'all play together in San Francisco. What is it about him that makes him unique?
I mean, his size for sure. People don't look at how well he run routes at that size, but I've been watching him since, he left ECU and came out there to San Fran, and he's been doing a really good job.
And we've talked about the friendships and relationships in the NFL. You're coming out to a UFL game to watch one of your young bulls. What does that say about the relationships that y'all have?
Man, it's just smooth, man. Ever since I met Zay, he's been a cool stand-up guy. I wasn't too far. He had hit me and told me to come to the game, so I pulled up on him.
Appreciate it, Deebo.
So.
I want y'all to understand that. If you're trying to figure out in your head what that pretty much means there, it's a big damn deal. That's the equivalent of the Kelsey brothers visiting St. Louis for the XFL Conference Championship game, the UFL Championship game. For Deebo Samuel, who had a very tumultuous final season with San Francisco, to be traded to Washington, to come out and actually represent the UFL in the best way possible by being a member of the NFL. UFL achieves dreams, and that's what people got to understand. And that was the beauty of it, and that's what I can respect when it comes to Deebo Samuel. And I'm embarrassed in mind. I've had my animosity with Deebo being basically a Rams fan, but this was probably the best Deebo I think I've seen in a long time, and I kind of have to give him credit where credit's due. And as I said, DC did beat Arlington 33-30, eliminated them from playoff contention, thereby setting the stage for that big XFL Conference Championship game that we pretty much been waiting to see since the XFL returned many moons ago. We finally get DC and St. Louis, the two best teams in the XFL, for the XFL Conference Championship game. We got Michigan and Birmingham for USFL Conference Championship game, but DC had some last-minute words to dish out, and we here for it.
God is amazing, right? Always. And we tell you guys, man, look, we've been battling with adversity from day one.
Yes, sir.
First, our O-line coach Lee took another job. Great for him. Congratulate him.
Good.
Our head guy Lee.
Good.
Took another position. That's okay. Our D coordinator left.
Good.
That's okay. But you guys rallied, and the coaches rallied. All of us rallied around each other, man, and stayed together. And that's what it's about, man. You guys never flinched from day one. And when you go on the field and you have to battle the way we battle, we said it. Arlington's a really good football team, man. Yes, sir. I respect those dudes. I respect Coach Stoops. I've been watching him since I was knee-high to a duck. So I know what type of football coach he is. I know what type of players they are. But they're not us. They're not us, man. And when we continue to play that way, continue to do the little things now, we got to have controlled emotion, man. Yes, sir. We got to know how to control that emotion, okay? And when we do that, great things will happen, I promise you, man. We always say, keep doing good. Don't get discouraged, and don't give up, because great things will happen. And you showed it today, man. Stay in the fight. Great job, defense. Way to get us on the field. One thing Bake kept telling me, man. He kept telling me, Coach, I got you, Coach. I got you, Coach. I got you. And lo and behold, man, look what happened when you do things right, bro. Yes, sir. Offense, good job when it come out fast, man. When it come out fast. Special teams, we stayed in it. Good job making them drive the home field. on punt and on kickoff cover. Good, man, good. We're going to enjoy this one, man. We're going to enjoy this one. We're going to enjoy this one, bro. So, hey, read that thing out loud. We got Daryl here, man.
So he took most of the words I was going to share with you, but he did forget one person where there was a change this season, right? You guys are going into week 1 of the regular season, and you lose Reggie Barlow to Tennessee State, and Coach Harris steps in and control what you can control. You guys have been doing that all season long, and what that has done is earned you an opportunity to be in the playoffs this season. Welcome.
Say it.
Give him the job, man.
Say it.
Here you go, man.
Read it.
Hey, here you go.
Tag off.
Yeah.
Take the tag off.
Say it.
Here we go. Coach Harris, as in you guys, DC Defenders, the DC Defenders have officially clinched berth in the 2025 XFL Conference Championship. Last thing, the terror must be maintained, although the empire is due. See you Wednesday.
I'm all good with it. Don't get me wrong. I am happy for the fact that we finally get the matchup we've been waiting for about a good few years. I believe since post-COVID era, we've been waiting for DC and St. Louis to be able to battle for the right to play for the championship. This is the matchup we all figured we were going to get when these two teams locked horns and beginning of XFL 2.5. But now we get something good out of it. Now we get something amazing out of it. Now we get exactly what we wanted when it basically boils down to it. We get this game, this matchup, which, if I'm not mistaken, should actually bring me up to our next screen, which I'm actually going to be bringing up right now because, in the words of Adam Pearce, it is official. Out of the USFL FL Conference, the Memphis Showboats get their second win but are eliminated. They're 2-6. Houston Roughnecks eliminated despite the gritty effort they tried to do at the final stretch. They are at 3-5. The Birmingham Stallions 5-3 after the loss to St. Louis on Saturday, and the Michigan Panthers, the big win after that game between the Stallions and Bellhawks, are at 6-2 and are sitting atop the league. And as you can tell, Moose Johnston definitely wants to be able to sit here and actually deliver that news to the Panthers personally, because these guys have been a well-oiled machine. They've been tough. They've been brutal, and they've been wanting it. And they know for a fact that basically they have something to prove. They get a chance to prove it in the USFL Conference Championship. Out of the XFL Conference, here's another big one. Now, I want y'all to remember there was something I said last Wednesday night, or I'm sorry, last Friday, where that strength of schedule, strength of victory comes into play. The XFL Conference, no question about it. Brahmas, defending XFL Conference champs, only have had one win on this season. They are done. They are history. History, at least for this season. Arlington Renegades fell just hellified short as they fall, and they're at 3-5. We have our 2 for the playoffs. The St. Louis Battlehawks and DC Defenders both tied at 6-2. However, this is where it gets very funny. You see these, if these two do end up sitting here being tied when it's all said and done, it goes down to strength of schedule, strength of victory. Right now, they both have strength of victories, even at 417. But if you look right about here, that's strength of schedule, which would mean that the Battlehawks should make that jump up if they can fix that number and basically have their conference percentage up just a little notch, because they now have 2 wins in their conference and now 2 losses. However, they want it. They want it bad, and they want it good. I can't look mad at them for it. I can't be pissed off at them for it. This is probably going to be the funnest time. And I did just actually check that. Big congrats goes to Florida Panthers as they have now clinched the last spot in the Eastern Conference Finals and will face Carolina for the rights to actually represent the Eastern Conference in the Stanley Cup Final. And congrats also to Dallas, even though they don't really fucking deserve it because they suck, as they will be facing Edmonton. That'll be actually started up on the 21st. Florida and Carolina will start up on the 20th. So, hey, good luck. Let's see how this all plays out. But I have to be realistic here. This is exactly what I would have expected to happen. There was a lot of stuff that, in all fairness, this was probably the best day to be a UFL guy. I mean, this thing was exactly what we expected it to be. And most likely on Friday when we do our Net Smashing show, most likely I'll probably have some of the top 10 plays, touchdowns, that kind of thing. Because we had a lot of phenomenal moments. Like all 4 games were as lit as you could ask for. Nailed down to the wire. I personally was practically sweat bullets at work, hoping that I didn't open up the screen and sat here and showed that the Stallions sat here and snatched another one from the Bellhawks. So I was damn happy with how that turned out. Again, if you haven't been paying attention, the Week 8 stores, we'll go ahead and post those up for you here and now. Let me go ahead and get this bad boy up. In case you're trying to figure out your heads, if your team sat here and actually did good, here's your proof. Out of Week 8, started out with the Showboats, beating the Brahmas 24-22. The Battlehawks squeaking out a 1-point win over the Birmingham Stallions, a.k.a. the toughest team in the UFL, according to, well, everybody. The Panthers dominating the Houston Roughnecks 30-18 to clinch themselves a spot in the USFL Conference Championship game. And, of course, the DC Defenders squeaking out a big 33-30 win over their rival Arlington Renegades, eliminating them and clinching themselves. So, to put it as nice as possible, it is not only official, it is definitely happening. It is a big damn deal, a big fight feel, and that brings us to our two biggest announcements. And as I said, I wanted to be able to do these announcements the best way possible. So, it has been confirmed that the conference championship games will be on June the 8th. Both of them will be on June the 8th. In fact, to put it as nice as possible, familiar territory, to say the least, on both counts. As the XFL Conference Championship game will be on June 8th. Let's start with the USFL one, since I already have it pulled up. Boom! UFL announced that Birmingham will host the 2025 USFL Conference Championship game on June the 8th, which means that Birmingham still has a shot to at least play in front of its home crowd and the Sweat Hogs of Birmingham. And maybe it's just me that does it. Maybe I do it and it jinxes them. I don't know. It's still Alabama. It's still basically a big damn deal. So, Michigan has a chance to basically play as a host team in enemy territory. I like to see how that one's going to play out when it comes to Birmingham and Michigan, because if they don't basically have a deliverance moment, Michigan's hoping to basically have Birmingham squealing like piggies when it's all said and done. So it will pretty much happen. Now, here's the problem. Here's the biggest reason why this is happening the way it's happening. It is because the Panthers were not able to host the championship game due to a previously scheduled stadium event at Ford Field, which means that Detroit Lions better go ahead and just win themselves a damn Super Bowl that season, or otherwise people are going to get pissed off. Just put that out there. Detroit, y'all better rock out with your socks out come that season. Michigan, I'm definitely going to be rooting for you in the USFL Conference Championship game, because I think that everybody would love to be able to see Michigan versus St. Louis one more time, because the first game was so good and chef's kiss too sweet. It was worth the price of admission. Which brings us to, well, this happening. What does that mean for the other side? Allow me to sit here and give you a little heads up. My hometown's getting spoiled damn rotten. Because not only will we be hosting the UFL championship game, but we are also hosting the XFL Conference Championship game as well. Now, obviously, a previously scheduled event at Audi Field in Washington, D.C. was the reason of why, but honestly, who the hell cares? What DC has already proven that they can beat St. Louis in St. Louis, so this ain't that big of a damn deal. It's like this is probably the most evenly matched conference championship games I've seen in a long ass time. Gone is San Antonio from the equation. DC finally sits here and gets its spot where everybody expected them to be. When they had the XFL championship game a few years ago, everybody expected DC to just run roughshod over everybody. Arlington studs the world, shocks the world, and wins it. So we can't be too bad. However, in our eyes, we're looking at this as 3 uncrowned champions and one favorite, so to speak. I say favorite as far as, well, this team basically sat here and has had, I felt like they've had it all handed to them on a silver platter. I'm not knocking Birmingham, but I'm just kind of at that point where eventually Birmingham's got to come to the realization they're not as good as advertised. And St. Louis pretty much proved that to them in the Dome on Saturday. So, I'm not even trying to figure out what that. Sorry, I think my son's doing the ice bucket challenge right now, and yeah, there's just that. In any event, we're gonna have ourselves some fun. Now we're gonna have some fun, but we still have 2 weeks left this season, which brings us to week 9. And let's go ahead and just bring it up so that way at least everybody can get their little goals going and everything else. Let's go ahead and bring in week 9 into this shindig, and let's call it what it is. Week 9, we'll have ourselves a rematch of the XFL Conference Championship game between the St. Louis Bellhawks and Antonio Brahmas. Last time these 2 teams met, it kind of came down to the wire then too. The Bellhawks will be playing in the playing at the Dome at America Center, so they get a home game out of that. Even though, to be fair, the Brahmas will be the home team in that one, but it'll pretty much be the Brahma Battle Dome, best way we can put it. That will be on Friday, this coming Friday night. I believe they'll probably be playing around the time that I'll actually be on the airways for the Smashing Show as we try to pay homage to the legend himself. And then Saturday, we'll have the Arlington Renegades taking on the Memphis Showboats and practically I guess you call it a friendly, because there really ain't much to sit here and play for in this game. Showboats already have the number 1 draft pick. The Renegades trying to bounce themselves back and get back on track, which is going to be a big deal for them as well. Then we'll also have a rematch of the USFL Conference Championship game from last year, as the Michigan Panthers will be taking on the Birmingham Stallions down at Protective Stadium in Birmingham. Yeah, I'll never stop sitting here saying that when it comes to Birmingham, Alabama. Sorry. It's either that or Forrest Gump. Pick your poison. But this pretty much is a preview of what the USFL Conference Championship game is going to be in the next couple of weeks. And then we wrap it all up in week 9 with the DC Defenders taking on the Houston Roughnecks. Roughnecks just playing for pride. They also like to play spoiler because a win here for the Roughnecks would put the Battlehawks at that top spot, most likely making them the overall home team for that XFL Conference Championship game that will be happening in just a few weeks. And then, of course, we got the rubber match coming up in week 10, the big one, St. Louis, DC, Friday night. Doesn't get any better than that. Friday night, will indeed be all right for fighting as the snake train, as the beer snake train sits here and gets itself a little bit of blue. either Labatt Blue or Molson Blue. Take your pick. Either way, it's going to be blue. And that's going to be a fun one because that may end up sitting here deciding who wins the XFL Conference Championship, or at least gets the top seed in the XFL Conference, whichever way it comes up with it. Houston, on Saturday, Houston will be playing Michigan. Arlington will be taking on the Brahmas. And, of course, Birmingham will be facing Memphis one more time, hoping to just avenge that loss that they got from them a few weeks ago. When I say the least, this is what you asked for. This is what you get. And it's going to be a fun time to be a football fan. If you are not a fan of the UFL yet, what more you need? Oh, wait. I see. Oh, wait. I think I get it. And this may be just me going with it. Y'all need something more. Okay. Understandable. How about a chance to be able to actually go to the UFL Championship game in St. Louis this year? Is that good enough for you? No? Let's see her bring it up there. UFL is currently looking for its ultimate VIP fans right now. UFL and ZOA want to see how you and your crew, and I'm not kidding, I will bring it up for you so that way you can see it. So, where was I? Oh, that's right. See how your crew show off your energized game day spirit. Post your pick. So, whatever UFL gear you got, post that mess. I took one earlier with my trusty Bellhawks jersey for the XFL era, and I'm feeling good about it. Post that pick for a chance to win the UFL's Ultimate VIP Fan Sweepstakes, brought to you by ZOA Energy. One grand prize winner will receive 2 tickets to the 2025 UFL Championship game in St. Louis. It includes travel to the game, meet and greet with the players, a behind-the-scenes locker room tour, post-game field passes for the trophy ceremony, and a signed team jersey. And, of course, if you're not the lucky winner, hey, look at it this way. You keep that positive energy flowing, as everyone who enters also will be entered to win 4 tickets to the 2025 UFL Championship game on Saturday, June 14th in St. Louis. So you have 2 big shots. One grand prize winner will receive 2 tickets with all the accolades to the 25 UFL Championship game. Maybe even have a shot to sit here and hang out with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Definitely have a chance to sit here and see his see his partner in crime, Danny Garcia, because let's be honest, I'm actually will be more excited about actually sitting here and meeting her, because I need to pick her brain about this business savvy to see if we can try to get something going. But even if you're not the grand prize winner, you get a chance to win. You actually get entered regardless to win 4 tickets to the championship game itself in St. Louis. You get to go to the Dome. You get to have that fun. You get to unleash it all. You get to have yourself a holiday. Look at these fans, folks. These are fans who basically just kind of came around, hung around, and called it a happy day. And the fact is that they're trying for the same thing that we're trying for. An opportunity to be UFL's Superfan of the season. So, need we say more? Need more? Is that not enough energy for you? Trust me when I say this, folks. I'm actually looking forward to it. And in fact, I'm actually going to do one better. Because, bear in mind, not a member of the UFL, but I am going to share that link so that everybody can get their hands on it, have some fun, enjoy themselves, get a chance to be able to do exactly what they do best, and have a chance to be able to sit here and be the UFL superfan. What better way to go for it, folks? One person will get a chance to win a pair of tickets to the UFL Championship game in St. Louis with backstage passes. And then everybody else still gets a chance to actually enter for a chance for 4 glorious tickets to that championship game in St. Louis. And trust me, when I say this, my hometown's all about that fun. We all about that madness. We all about the craziness. And I believe right about there, that should basically where we're going to wrap it up. Will there be a show on Wednesday? I don't know. Maybe. We might get lucky. If I feel like it. Let's go with that. But before I actually cut this one short here, I want to say a special salute and thank you to my little brother, my baby brother, Sean Paul Christian. I just talked to him like right before we actually got on the airwaves. Good to see you actually sit here in those good spirits. I'm damn proud of you and proud of Connor and everything that he is doing. I miss you both like crazy. Eventually, the Christian boys gotta start migrating here. And Jordy, if you're listening, I'm gonna put my foot so far up your ass to know full well that you were this close. This was this close to me. We gotta kick back and have that beer later. So I'll probably message you in a little bit. But either way, it comes down to it, folks. We all about having that fun. We all about enjoying ourselves. We all about sitting here doing something good. The link for that competition, that Superfan Ultimate VIP experience, is right there on the screen. Feel free to sit here and click on that link. It will be available on our YouTube page. It'll be available on the Aftermaths YouTube page, in the Bleachers YouTube page, also on my personal Facebook page. If you have that, lucky enough to have that one, you're welcome. And above all else, folks, it has been great. It has been fun. I got to get ready to wrap this thing up because, quite frankly, it's Sunday night. And, well, I just feel like sitting here just enjoying myself. So, on behalf of all of us here at In the Bleachers and all of us with Bleacher Brothers as well, I am your host, Capitaz Ford, a.k.a. Hell Capitan, a.k.a. the Captain, Ron Johnson. Thank you guys all so much for sitting here joining us tonight. Try to have yourself some fun. Try Goodbye. And good night. Bang!
All right, listen up, guys. We got this new wrestler, Trick Williams. We're trying to separate him from his current partner, Carmelo Hayes, and we need a theme song that's really going to deliver and give him that push as a single star. What are we thinking? I brought in my boy to lay down a beat, and I'm just going to let you guys decide the rest. So why don't you drop that beat?